Foochow Romanized, also known as Bàng-uâ-cê or Hók-ciŭ-uâ Lò, is a Latin alphabet for the Fuzhou dialect of Eastern Min adopted in the middle of 19th century by Western missionaries. It had varied at different times, and became standardized in the 1890s. Foochow Romanized was mainly used inside of church circles, and was taught in some mission schools in Fuzhou. But unlike its counterpart Phog for Hokkien, even in its prime days, Foochow Romanized was by no means universally understood by Christians. History of Foochow Romanized. After Fuzhou became one of the 5 Chinese treaty ports opened by the Treaty of Nanjing at the end of First Opium War, many Western missionaries arrived in the city. Faced with widespread illiteracy, they developed Latin alphabets for Fuzhou dialect. The first attempt in romanizing Fuzhou dialect was made by the American Methodist M.C. White, who borrowed a system of orthography known as the system of Sir William Jones. In this system, 14 initials were designed exactly according to the voicing and aspiration. P, T, K and CH stand for, and, while the Greek spiritus lenis were affixed to the above initials to represent their aspirated counterparts. Besides the default 5 vowels of Latin alphabet, 4 diacritic marked letters E, O and U were also introduced, representing t and, respectively. This system is described at length in White's linguistic work The Chinese Language Spoken at Foochow. Subsequent missionaries, including Robert S. McClay from American Methodist Episcopal Mission, R.W. Stewart from the Church of England and Charles Hartwell from the American Board Mission, further modified White's system in several ways. The most significant change was made for the plosive consonants, where the spiritus lenis of the aspirated initials was removed and the letters B, D and G substituted for and. In the aspect of vowels, E, O and U were replaced by E, O and U. Since the diacritical marks were all shifted to underneath the vowels, this left room above the vowels, which was occupied by the newly introduced tonal marks. Thus Foochow Romanized avoids the potentially awkward diacritic stacking seen for instance in the Vietnamese script, where tone and vowel quality marks both sit above the vowel alphabet. The sample characters are taken from the Chi Lin Bayin, a renowned phonology book about the Fuzhou dialect written in the Qing dynasty. The pronunciations are recorded in standard IPA symbols. Initials, finals, finals without coders, finals with coda, finals with coders and tones. Note that Foochow Romanized uses the breve, not the caron, to indicate Yinping and Yang root tones of Fuzhou dialect. Sample text.